Hey, welcome back to John's Rolling Life. I wanted to make a quick video this morning and talk about something. Since I was a young boy, I wanted to do two things in life. I knew I wanted two things. I wanted true love. I wanted to find love one day, and I wanted to work. I wanted to contribute, work for a living. Not a big one. I'm not talking about getting rich. Never cared about that. I don't much care for materialistic stuff. I just want to work enough to pay my own way and just feel good at the end of the day. So the it's a painful life, you know. Uh, it is. I deal with constant pain almost every day, more and more as I get older, and I don't have a lot of physical ability left. What I do have, I can drive the chair with, and I still manage to use the computer uh, with help of a virtual keyboard. I love to write. Um, Writing is very therapeutic for me. It's very freeing, and I love to hear uh, and see people's appreciation and reaction for that. But I love mostly to write and to know that I've touched someone with my writing, with my communication skills. I tend to communicate better in written word than I do in my own voice. Uh, but you know, it hurts to write. It hurts. Uh, but I want to do it because I wanna write for I want to make an income doing what I love. I do. Whether it's a living, I wouldn't call it that. I wouldn't call it that. I just want to make enough to give back, to contribute. I'm not, I, my biggest mentor in my life, um, uh, I knew as a very, very young child. Um, it was my therapist, my head therapist, uh, my physical therapist. I've got a lot of people, good people in my life, my dad, my brothers, friends, but she was the one that, that got me since day one, and she didn't see a disability. I mean, she did because she had to help me through it and work with it. But she saw so much more. She always saw more in me than I saw in myself. And I, she always told me that I had potential, that there was more to life than this, that there was brighter days ahead, that I was meant for something, meant to do something, meant to contribute, meant to have a life, to uh, really live. And um, I'm not talking about uh, things that unimaginable goals. I'm not gonna get up and run a marathon. I'm not gonna make $1 million. I'm not gonna start my own company. I'm not gonna do that. I believe in making the most out of what I have. This disability is both a blessing and sometimes a curse. Uh, if I didn't have it, I wouldn't know this particular person I'm talking about. A woman that had unbelievable amounts of faith in me, that pushed me, that knew me, that didn't put up with my BS, that loved me. Um, and she always told me there were brighter days ahead. She did. And she was always straight with me, which I miss that. Uh, I believe that if you are a parent of a disabled child, or a mentor, a teacher, you should teach them that the world is not going to be any different for them than anyone else outside of their disability. There are things they can't control, physical things, and some neurological are, you know, going to be more than physical issues. Mine are physical, but I have my mind. I have my voice. I still have my hands a little bit, and I love to write. It hurts. It's it's laborious. But I love it. I love when that happens. When you you fall into the flow of words, and it just you know it as soon as it comes to your mind, as soon as it comes out of your pen, or and these days out of your fingers tips on your computer. Um, it that it just works. It fits together like a puzzle piece. Um, it's it's what you love. It's a beautiful thing, and you shouldn't give up on beautiful things. Uh, there are only so many things I'm sure of. I'm sure there's a God. I'm sure that everyone is capable of love. I'm sure that everyone is designed to love, wired to love. And I'm sure that everyone has the right to make the most out of their life. Now, is everyone gonna be a billionaire and climb 1,000 mountains? And no, I'm not saying that everyone has the same outcome, or the same. Uh, not everyone has the same chances, but everyone has the right, and I believe the duty to make the most out of this life. I wanted two things. I wanted to love and I wanted to work. I found love. Unbelievable love. No, like most things in my life, circumstances seem to just they always put a turn in the road I didn't see, and there's a few turns in the road, but I know what's at the end of that road, and it's unconditional, and I'm so very grateful and warm and loved and appreciated, and I know that. I know that. I found that, or God brought that to me, I should say. Step one. Step two. I want to work. I believe that everyone has the right to work. I believe that idle hands are dangerous, and I know that from experience. I think if you have the ability to work, if you have the ability to do something, you should work. And I don't believe because I'm disabled, because I was born with something that I have no control over, that is completely out of my hands, and that I need a little help with, that I shouldn't be able to use what abilities I do have to further my goals and my ambitions. They're not big ones. I just want to use what I love to better myself. And in 2023, we still live with lawmakers that assume because you're disabled, then you shouldn't. Why should you want to work? Why should you want to get up every day and go to work and feel like you've contributed to your day and feel like you've worked hard on something? The other day, when I finished writing one piece, I said to a friend, I said, that really hurt, but I'm glad I did it. That really hurt, but I was glad I did it. Uh, I've grown up in Texas my whole life. But I, I want to get out. Uh, I don't understand how it makes any sense or is just in any way that because I need these benefits for therapy and for care and for things that I don't have any control over or can't help, that that means I can't use what I do have for myself and for those I love. I want to thank all that have enjoyed my writing and read my writing and subscribed to it and supported me. Stick with me. Stick with me. Whether it's videos or the written word or my voice. I believe I have something in me. I always have. I have something to share. I have things to say. I have an outlook, and as I've always said, um, I call it as I see it, and I I just think things are wrong. I think the state government, the Texas state government, or whoever has control over these particular programs, they need to wake up. Wake up. This is wrong. This is wrong to say that someone can't benefit from what they've learned, or from life experience, or from whatever talent they have. It's wrong to put a certain uh, people group into a certain box and say, well, they're this because they can't do this. Look around in our society today. The Not saying it's the same thing, but it's sort of the same thing. That we have so many issues with racism and this and that and different people groups. It's the same thing. You're making assumptions about me because of things I cannot control. You're assuming that because I'm disabled, I don't want to work. So, because I'm disabled and need certain assistance, you're saying if I am strong enough to pursue my passions and turn them into something to work for, something for myself, then that's wrong. Then you're gonna punish me for that. Then how is this right? How is that right? In any way, in any way, in any way, it's not. It's completely unjust. As a person with disability, I believe for years that the you know our civil rights movement as the disabled community is still very much alive. People need to start making a lot more noise because we live with rules and laws that we shouldn't have to, and we're punished in certain ways that we shouldn't be. Whatever your limitations, if you're disabled or if you're from a lower income or whatever your whatever card you're dealt in life, that shouldn't keep you from making the most out of what you have and what you out of your gift. This isn't over. I'm going to write. I'm going to earn something for myself doing what I love. This isn't about money, it's about principle. I want to thank again those that have had my back and told me that I have something, have read my writing and see something. A good friend of mine, a very, very good friend of mine, well, actually, it's the first person to subscribe to my Substack, so he knows who he is. I was talking to him once, and I've always had doubts about myself and my talent. He said, John, if everyone's telling you to write, then maybe you should uh, just shut up and write. Meaning, maybe the people that are around you can see things you can't. I think that's what he meant. And I just need to write and let it go and put it out there. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, you don't. I've always been one with my disability. I don't really, I have a list. And on that list are a few people. I care deeply what those people think of me, of their opinion of me, of my character, of who I am as a man. That's a very short list. Then I can name those people. I won't, but I can. All the rest, I don't really care what they think. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't really care. So, if you like what you read, then awesome. If you don't, then awesome. Read something else. If you like my videos, awesome. Watch them. Please watch them. If you don't, change the damn channel. Click on another video. I want people to like my writing. I want them to enjoy it. To listen, to not listen to what I have to say, to value what I have to say, to value my voice, and my words, and my writing. And that's hard work. For me, it may not seem hard work for anyone else, but it's hard work for me. But I want to do it. So thank you for those who stick with me. Thank you for those who did subscribe to my newsletter, to my Substack. And this isn't over. Mm. And this I will beat this obstacle. I will. That mentor I was telling you about, my therapist, she always said, just keep climbing the mountain. Just keep climbing. And I'm not done climbing. I'm not. Because that would be disrespectful to her, and I won't do that. I won't do that. So, stick with me. We're not done yet. Thank you, and God bless.